America just changed everything. Millions of lives are about to transform as the U.S. unveils its biggest immigration reform in decades, a policy that gives undocumented immigrants a legal pathway, protects dreamers, and reshapes the border forever. This isn't just politics, it's history in the making. Welcome to our channel, where we bring you the most important global updates that truly change lives. Today, we're diving deep into the new U.S. immigration reform that's rewriting the American dream for millions. The landscape of American immigration has just undergone a seismic shift that will affect millions of people both within the United States and those hoping to make it their home. This isn't just another policy adjustment or minor regulatory tweak. What we're witnessing is a fundamental transformation in how the United States approaches immigration, border security, and the path to citizenship for millions of individuals who have built their lives on American soil. For years, immigration has been one of the most contentious and divisive issues in American politics. Families have been separated, communities have been torn apart, and millions of people have lived in a constant state of uncertainty, not knowing whether they would be able to remain in the country they call home. Today's announcement represents a turning point that will reshape the lives of countless individuals and redefine what it means to pursue the American dream in the 21st century. The new policy addresses several critical areas that have long been points of conflict and confusion. First and foremost, it tackles the status of undocumented immigrants who have been living and working in the United States for extended periods. These are individuals who have established roots, raised families, paid taxes, and contributed to their communities, yet have lived under the constant threat of deportation. The policy introduces a pathway that acknowledges their contributions, while also addressing concerns about border security and the rule of law. Under the new framework, individuals who have been in the country for a specified number of years, have maintained clean criminal records, and can demonstrate continuous employment or education will be eligible to apply for a provisional legal status. This isn't automatic citizenship, but it provides protection from deportation and the ability to work legally. The pathway requires applicants to pay fines, undergo background checks, and meet specific criteria that demonstrate their integration into American society. The changes also significantly impact the asylum process, which has been overwhelmed by unprecedented numbers of applicants in recent years. The new policy aims to expedite processing times while maintaining thorough vetting procedures. Regional processing centers will be established in partnership with neighboring countries, allowing individuals to apply for asylum before making the dangerous journey to the U.S. border. This approach is designed to reduce the strain on border facilities while also protecting vulnerable populations from the risks associated with irregular migration. Family-based immigration, long a cornerstone of American immigration policy, sees important modifications under the new rules. The policy aims to reduce waiting times for family reunification, particularly for immediate relatives of U.S. citizens and permanent residents. Bureaucratic barriers that have kept families separated for years are being streamlined, and new resources are being allocated to process applications more efficiently. This acknowledges the fundamental human right to family unity while maintaining the integrity of the immigration system. The employment-based immigration system is also undergoing substantial reform. For decades, American businesses have struggled with visa caps and lengthy processing times that have made it difficult to attract and retain international talent. The new policy increases the number of visas available for highly skilled workers, particularly in fields like technology, healthcare, and scientific research. It also creates new pathways for essential workers in industries such as agriculture, hospitality, and construction, recognizing that these sectors rely heavily on immigrant labor. One of the most significant aspects of the new policy is its focus on dreamers, young people who were brought to the United States as children and have grown up as Americans in every way except legal status. These individuals have attended American schools, speak English as their primary language, and often have no meaningful connection to their countries of birth. The policy provides a clear pathway to permanent residency and eventual citizenship for these young people, finally ending the uncertainty that has defined their entire lives. Border security measures are being enhanced, but with a focus on smart technology and humane enforcement rather than solely physical barriers. The policy invests in advanced surveillance systems, additional personnel, and improved infrastructure at ports of entry. The goal is to create a system that effectively manages who enters the country while treating all individuals with dignity and respect. This balanced approach recognizes that security and humanity are not mutually exclusive, but rather complementary objectives. The economic implications of these changes cannot be overstated. Millions of workers who have been operating in the shadows of the economy will be able to work legally, pay taxes more fully, and contribute more openly to economic growth. Studies have consistently shown that immigration, when properly managed, is an economic benefit rather than a burden. Immigrants start businesses at higher rates than native-born Americans. They fill critical labor shortages, and they contribute billions in tax revenue. By bringing millions of people out of legal limbo, the policy is expected to generate significant economic benefits. Communities across the country will feel the impact of these changes in profound ways. Cities and towns that have large immigrant populations will see residents who have lived in fear suddenly able to participate more fully in civic life. Children will no longer worry about whether their parents will be there when they come home from school. Families will be able to plan for the future with greater certainty. Small businesses owned by immigrants will be able to expand and hire more employees. The ripple effects will touch every corner of American society. Critics of the policy argue that it rewards illegal behavior and undermines the rule of law. They contend that any form of amnesty or pathway to legal status encourages more illegal immigration and is unfair to those who have waited in line and followed the rules. These concerns are not without merit, and the policy attempts to address them through its enforcement, vetting, and requirements that applicants demonstrate their worthiness for legal status through years of contributions to American society. Supporters counter that the policy is a pragmatic recognition of reality. Millions of undocumented immigrants are already here, and mass deportation is neither feasible nor desirable. Many of these individuals have been in the country for decades, and removing them would devastate families, communities, and the economy. The policy provides a way to bring these individuals into the legal system, where they can be properly documented, taxed, and held accountable, while also acknowledging their humanity and contributions. The implementation of these sweeping changes will take time and will require substantial resources. Immigration courts will need additional judges to process applications. Border facilities will need upgrades and expansion. Federal agencies will need to hire thousands of new employees to handle the increased workload. State and local governments will need support to manage the transition. The policy includes funding provisions for these needs, but challenges are inevitable. Looking ahead, the success of this policy will depend on careful implementation, adequate resources, and continued political support. Immigration reform has failed many times before, often because of inadequate follow-through or changing political winds. This time must be different if the promise of these changes is to be fully realized. It will require sustained commitment from government agencies, cooperation from state and local authorities, and support from the American people. For the millions of people directly affected by these changes, today represents a new beginning. It offers hope where there was despair, certainty where there was fear, and opportunity where there were only obstacles. It doesn't solve every problem or answer every question, but it represents progress toward a more just and functional immigration system. The United States has always been a nation of immigrants, and these policy changes reaffirm that identity while also establishing clear rules and expectations for the future. The coming months and years will reveal the full impact of these historic changes, but today marks an undeniable turning point in American immigration policy. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more powerful updates on immigration and world-changing policies. See you in the next video. Stay informed, stay inspired.